in the door. Sugar Ray, join in with the group in the back.
Executive 2 points.
Executive for 2, she says. Executive order, executive agreement, executive privilege. First hand I see. I need, go ahead. It's Gabriel.
The agreement was that the president can negotiate low-budget treaties with countries.
Executive agreement is, and y'all are the ugly sweaters. 1, 2. Executive agreement is the idea that a president can negotiate lower level treaties that will have the effect of law. What's different than a normal treaty and an executive agreement? Anybody in the group? 5.
Doesn't have to be approved.
Doesn't have to be approved by whom? By the Senate, yes. Doesn't have to be approved. 1, 2, by the Senate. Can you give me an example? 5. 4. Can you give me an example? 4. 3. We talked about several. 2. 1. I think it is Nikolai. Nicola!
It's Woodrow. The Senate never signed the Treaty of Versailles in World War I.
Was that an executive agreement?
Oh no.
-2. Go.
Wasn't like the Bush, like something that used the drone on the Mexico.
George W. Bush, after his daughter was kidnapped, that's right. After the daughter was kidnapped, George W. Bush did negotiate an executive agreement with Mexico. And the idea on this one was that they would use drones to help secure the borders. Can you give me another one? Because there was one more. 5, 4, no pressure if you can. 3, 2, Jimmy Carter and the migratory, oh, you got me right at the very end. Jimmy Carter, raise it fast, and the migratory birds with Canada, that was another lower level one. Y'all did give me the last correct answer. Can you give me executive order or executive privilege?
So, for example,
Whoever, y'all all raise your hand.
Executive order is when the president makes a bill, but it's not a bill, so he doesn't need approval from the Congress.
This is, you got the general idea on it. 1, 2. The president can actually make domestic policy that in fact has the effect of a law, but it doesn't have to be passed by the House or the Senate. John, if you want to jump in with the gingerbreads or the non-Bosnian pumpkins or the ugly sweaters, whichever group you want to join, just jump right in. Domestic policy. It has to be under the president's Article 2 power. So you can't just write a bill about anything, but it's got to deal with Article 2. Can you give me an example of an executive order?
Barack Obama.
What about?
He will naturalize the people, like Latino people, to be here. Like he created the program, the DACA program.
Yeah, this was actually the Saturday Night Live video, 1, 2.
Also was the Truman that he said that left and right can serve in the army together.
Harry Truman actually desegregated the United States military. This was under his commander-in-chief power. I think I mentioned one more. Y'all have it if you want it. Or anybody else, first hand I see. 5. I'm going to look at Maria. She's going to raise her. Oh, okay, it is going to be that group. 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Executive privilege is.
Oh, do you have another example of executive order?
No.
Oh, anybody with executive order? FDR was the one that actually had the curfews and then rounded up the Japanese Americans in internment camps. That was another example, and it did not require the approval of the Congress. Executive privilege, go.
It's when the president can keep information confidential, so he doesn't have to give it out to the public.
It is. This could be, back in the day, letter or memorandum. This could be, as time passed, things like faxes. This could be, in fact, emails or electronic communication. And for Nixon, it was the tapes. It was actually the tapes on this. When can the president use executive order or maintain confidentiality of presidential communications?
When it's an interest for national security.
National security. Nixon never claimed national security, and he had to turn over the tapes according to the court, but that's executive privilege. Click it, Camara.
Okay.
You see the definitions up there, but I think y'all went through them. Go ahead, touch the house. Pick me a category. 5, 10, 15, 20, 26 for the gingerbreads. 5, 10, 15, 20, 23 for the non-Bosnian pumpkins. 16 for the ugly sweaters. And 18 for Nicola. Pick me a category.
Articles 2 points.
Articles for 2. List all you can. Click it. Birthers. Y'all have it first. You've got it second. Next hand I see has it third. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You have to be like the birth is required. You have to be like born in the United States to run for the president.
Okay.
And there was a and you have to have like 14 years of residency.
Whoa. Let's stick with the birthers now. Okay, so one of the requirements to become president is you have to be a natural born citizen.
Yes.
What did the birthers say? What was the problem that they had?
With Barack Obama.
Go ahead.
So there was in the video it says that the woman, she was saying that she will show them there is the birth certificate of Barack Obama, and the Delaware governor was there, Mike Castle.
Okay, stop. Okay, the birthers do not think that Barack was born in the United States. So they challenged this in court. They challenged it before he ran. They absolutely challenged it once he got into office. And there are still a lot of Americans that actually think that Barack was not born in the United States. Now, you mentioned at Delaware. It was a Delaware town hall meeting. Who was Mike Castle? He wasn't a governor, but he was...
Was it Castle?
He was actually a House member, the United States House of Representatives, and Republicans began to stop having town hall meetings because they were concerned with the blow-up. You remember the woman made everybody stand up and pledge allegiance to that wonderful flag over there because she wanted her country back. Show of hands. How did Michelle Obama? Go ahead.
She said they went
You'll
to
be
his
next.
home country.
Oh, where was his home?
Nigeria?
Was it
Kenya.
I said, what did you say? You said,
Kenya.
Kenya was the place, yeah. Kenya was actually, she said, Barack's home country in Kenya. And it really inflamed people because a lot of you said your home country is where you were born. Some of you said your home country was where you identified or where your parents came from. And to many people, it doesn't matter. You're either American or you're not. That's just the way that they look at it. Go ahead, touch the house. Your group, pick me a category. Gotta go.
Just do articles for 4.
Articles for 4. Here we go. Who's going to draw this time?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Pick the question, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Wow.
No, I don't know.
This is an easy one. Don't say it. I just need you to draw that. Got it?
Any of you
Okay,
guys?
1 minute on the 7.
That's what I want.
Your group has it. Nobody's opened this one up yet.
Oh, that's easy if y'all don't get that. I'm sorry. Come on. Is it a doors?
A building.
Whoa, Jesus.
No, it's not Jesus.
Oh, it's no spell.
A building. A rectangle.
Keep guessing.
It's a building.
Keep guessing.
Okay, I got a building, Jesus,
Guys,
a
hand it.
rectangle.
What categories is it?
This is from articles. I'll come to you first, Alan, but not yet. And y'all have control. It's just your group, so don't be shy. That's a good hint. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you have any guess at all? I said it was coming to you. It is a cell phone. Yes, it is a cell phone. Wow. Here's your chance. And make sure it's at 15, okay? Everything's good with that. All right, or close to 15. What's the significance of cell phone from the judiciary chapter? Your group's got it. 5, 4.
Cell phone.
Accessing phones, I'm pretty sure.
It was about warrants and accessing phones. Tell me the story. 4.
Well, so guy goes out to a holiday party with his coworkers.
Guy does go out to a holiday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where was this, by the way?
This was near the beach.
Near the beach, Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. Go ahead.
So he goes out to the beach with this female coworker. She has already had too much to drink, so she's already.
Remember, you're on camera. You might want to get closer on this one, Hobby, because this is going to
She
get bad.
passes out, and he's.
Wait. Okay, so man and a woman at a work party, they leave the bar where the work party is. They go out on the beach. They both left voluntarily, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, they
On
did.
their
Okay.
own will. No one was forced.
No one was forced. She didn't force him. None of that. Okay, and then she passes out. What'd he do?
This guy gets all feely on her and starts taking pictures.
1, 2, 3, 4. Began to fondle her. Began to take pictures. Began to remove some articles of clothing. Go ahead.
Passerby calls the police saying there's a guy and like a passed out woman, and it looks like he's dragging her away to her car.
Well, I don't know if he said that, but it looked like there was something weird that was going on. When the police got
When the
there,
cops got there, he was lifting her into her car, into his car.
he was loading her into a car. What did the police do?
They arrested him immediately, right?
Okay, well, did they immediately? I mean, they did something first, right? 5, 4, 3.
Well, they checked to make sure she was okay.
They did check the and then 4.
And then they checked his phone.
And what they find?
They found the pictures on it.
They did find the pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4. What they charge him with? 5.
No, they didn't charge him.
They did charge him. 4. What were the 2 violations? 3. Oh my goodness. 2. 1. Who's got it next? Go.
It's secret peeping photographic imagery.
Look at how she smiles when she says that awful charge.
And
1, 2, 3, 4.
Sexual assault.
Second-degree sexual assault. Secret peeping photographic imaging. What was this man's name? Do you remember?
Christopher Snow.
It was Christopher Snow. What was Christopher Snow's argument? 5, 4. Zoom in. Oh, come on, sister. 3, 2. She's watching.
Didn't they say
1.
they needed a warrant to look through his phone?
Christopher Snow's argument is that you need a warrant to be able to go through my cell phone. What happened when it went to court?
It was thrown out.
Why?
Because they didn't have a warrant before they unlocked his phone.
Okay, but they did get a warrant, and they got pictures from Sprint. What happened to those? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's next? Wasn't it them?
Put your hand
It
down.
was TJ. It was me.
I think it was them. Go ahead. 5.
Sent the photos out. Didn't somebody send
Say what?
He sent the photos out.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so what the court say about those? Because they did get a warrant for those pictures, right? What were they allowed? 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
There's no there's no law saying that searching a cell phone is allowed or not. Right?
This was the first time that there was a case, and that's actually a really, really good point. The police didn't really have clear judgment as far as what they were supposed to do, because there had never been a case like this that went before court in North Carolina. So there's that. But they went through the phone, they got the pictures. He challenged this and said that this was an unreasonable search and seizure because he said they needed a warrant. But they had gotten a warrant after they went through his phone and got pictures from Sprint. Were those pictures allowed? Michelle, go ahead. Your group still got it.
So the evidence that they obtained, it was illegally obtained.
Yeah.
And that was like fruit of the poisonous tree.
Fruit of the poisonous tree. If you illegally obtain evidence and then you use it to legally obtain other evidence, that evidence is tainted too, and you cannot use it. Ultimately then, was he convicted?
No.
No. When would they not have needed a warrant to go through his phone?
If it would be unlocked.
If it would be unlocked?
Unlocked, yeah. If they
Like
would have access.
pictures were in the screen. Like,
Yeah, if they would have walked up and he was taking pictures, that changes it around. Or if they would have walked up and they saw his screen and that picture was on there, now it's in plain view, they don't need a warrant. 1, 2, 3, 4. But they went through his phone, and if you so much as like even flip a screen to get it up, even if there's not a lock on it, fact is, that's like opening a trunk, and police cannot just come up and open a trunk. They cannot just come up and swipe your phone. Touch the house, pick me a category. 25, 30, 35, 40, 42, 25, 30, 35, 40, 43, 16, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 42. Wow. This is very close. Go.
Articles 5.
Oh, now we're talking. Requirements to be president. First, I think it is Alan. Yeah, I think it's Alan. Go. What are the requirements?
So you have to be 30 years old, 35.
-5. Oh no! So much for that. Who was next? Go.
You have to be 35 years old.
Got to be a minimum of 35 years old for the ugly sweaters. Tell me more.
Must be born in the U.S.
Got to be a natural born. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 4.
You have to swear to the oath.
Swear to the oath.
What?
3, 2, 1. Okay, y'all are out. Y'all are out. Who's next? Go.
So actually you have to be tall, you have to be rich, you have to be married, you have to...
No, we're not talking about husband requirements. We're still talking about being president. 35, natural born. There's
14 years of residence.
14-year residency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let me come back to you. These are the formals. What are the informals?
So basically, to be tall.
Tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
To be rich.
Rich, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Married, 1.